Hello friends, Sentinel H here. Welcome back to our ChromatiCraft tutorial series. So, in the previous two episodes, we took a look at these three Meteor Towers. But I've gone ahead and built one of each, all right next to each other, so that we can discuss some of the differences between them. So if you watched the previous episode where I built the yellow and red towers, you'll notice that I thought that the yellow tower was faster in charging than the green tower, but I wasn't quite sure. And then when I built the red tower, I was pretty sure that it fired at the same rate as the yellow tower. Now Rika has confirmed this is actually true, and while I can't give you specific numbers, we can go over the differences between these three towers and how they relate to each other. So the yellow tower and the red tower, they both charge at the same speed, and they're both slightly faster at charging than the green tower, so they will fire faster than the green tower, okay? So if you want that faster fire rate, you at least have to go up to yellow. Going up to red is not going to make it charge faster. Each one of them has a larger splash damage range than the other one. I think it's doubled each time. And then the green and the yellow one have the same total range. Oh, they're starting to shoot. That's something. Did you notice the charge difference? The yellow and the red tower are firing more quickly than the green one. They're getting more shots out. Okay, so back on top. While these things shoot at whatever it is they're shooting at, are they trying to hit this zombie down here? I think so. Anyway, where was I? So, splash range. It's actually funny that they're shooting the same spot, so you can kind of see it. The yellow one hits, and then the red one's bigger. The splash radius on each of these is twice as large as the one before it. So whenever you go up a tier, you get twice the size of the splash range. What I was saying before the towers sort of interrupted me is that the total... What was that? The total targeting range on the towers, the green and the yellow are the same. The red one has an increased fire range, right? So the red one has a larger range than the other two. They each deal twice as much damage per shot as the one before them. And then when they the duration of the fire that they cause, the yellow one lasts like 4 times as long, but then the red one lasts a little bit longer than twice the yellow one. So each tier you're getting twice as much damage, splash range is getting twice the size, but you're not gaining like twice the speed of each, you're not gaining like twice the range. Those things are not that ridiculous. So yeah, if you want a faster charge speed, you got to go at least to the yellow one, because yellow and red are the same. And I hope that sort of answered your questions about these towers. So, you know, red is probably, it might not always be the right answer. You know, maybe you don't need the maximum damage. Maybe you just want a faster fire rate. You could be doing with yellow. But there we go. That's kind of how these things relate to each other as far as their strength. And we know that they're each exponentially more expensive than the other one because you need to use the other one's core and then add a bunch of resources. So they do get quite expensive. So maybe yellow is probably good for most of your needs unless you really want the long-range firepower. All right. Now, in that previous episode, you also saw me use this thing, the aura visualization crystals, in order to look at the connectivity of my pylons. Now, this thing gives you a really clear picture of it, but there's other ways to test connectivity. And I can't believe I didn't know this because it's so simple and basic. But if you right-click on the repeater block of a repeater with your elemental manipulator, it'll put a number over it. I assume if it's actually connected. Let's go ahead and, just for fun, we'll place down like this one, not in range of anything, and it'll probably do a little Yep. means that that repeater cannot acquire that power, its color. So if we right click on this, it gives us a 2, and then if we right click on this, it gives us a 1, because this is the first one in the line from the pylon. If we right click on this one, it also says 2, because this one connects to number 1 and then goes into there. And this one is a 2 because it connects to the 1. Now if we look at the green ones, this is number 11, and every single time we go back one number. So there's 10, 9, or there's 7. Did I miscount this already? 10, 8. Huh, why did I go to 8? There's no 9, unless I got rid of it. 7. See, oh, 7 as well. I think the reason for that is that I don't actually need this one. This one can probably connect all the way over to there. This is 5, 3. Wait, what? Why'd that happen? That was weird. 2. And this says 1, and this also says 1. Leads me to believe that I don't need this one. Boop. Let's check that. Yep, so this one over here, completely unnecessary. So it's a good way to test if your repeaters are actually needed. 2, 3. Oh, that's also 3, so we probably don't need that. Nope, don't need it at all. Get rid of it. That's 3, 4. Oh, look, that's also 4. Get rid of that. 4, 5. Oh, that's also 5. Meow. 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 10. Now, with multi-aura repeaters, it's a little different. You, when you right-click with your manipulator, it'll check for connectivity for whatever rune is currently displayed on the repeater. So all these are going because we don't have that power. But once it goes around to the pink one, we can hit it, and the green one. Oh, wait a second. Why didn't the green one work? I think I probably clicked just a little too soon. So to check connectivity on these is a little bit annoying because you have to wait. When this goes around to his Vesti again, we'll hit it, so it should be like 10 or 11 or something. Come on, his Vesti, don't hold me up. There we go. Oh, it's 8. There we go. 8, and that one's 10. Why is that one 8? There's no way this one can go over to that one, so I don't know why that's an 8. And that one's a 10. This one should be 9. I don't know. But that's how you can check connectivity on your repeaters. You can just whack them. Whack them with the manipulator. And I can't believe I never knew this. Never did it. So there we go. But now we're going to go back to the base, the casting place. Oh, and if you look at the map, there's a big tainted area over here. So I'll be able to show you some ChromatiCraft stuff related to interacting with Soundcraft taint, which will be fun. We'll come back here and we'll see how to craft these aura visualization crystals, which, you know, it's like an advanced version of what we just did. Okay, so the recipe for this is pretty simple. You need an aura conducting ingot, which you can see how to make in the alloying video. It requires 16 redstone, 8 aura dust, 8 glowstone dust, 4 nether quartz, and an iron ingot inside of a pool of liquid chroma. Then we can go in here and we can place down the recipe. What we need are binding crystals, raw crystals, and luminite. So the binding crystals go... Wait, no they don't. They go on the pedestals. Wait. What? Oh, there it is. Boop, 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 boop. And then we have raw crystals, like so, like so, meow, meow, and meow, meow, like that. See how it kind of like goes around like that? Pretty good. And then we have to fill in the gaps with luminite, which, if you remember, you get by mining, whereas the raw crystals you make by surrounding a normal shard with 4 purification powder. There we go. Aura visualization crystals, and they don't even require lumens. Now, the reason these are cool... teleport back. Okay, so here we are, back at our Meteor Towers, and we have these aura visualization crystals. Now, the purpose of these crystals is to allow you to sort of debug a crystal repeater network to find out where like bottlenecks are in relation to, you know, your sending and receiving your lumen energy. So according to Reika, this kind of setup that we have right here, it's not a setup that you're going to ever need these for, because what we're doing is we're just running standard lines of one color repeaters from a pylon straight to the destination. Where these crystals really become useful is when you have a mixed network. You've got multi-ore repeaters mixed in there with carrying power from multiple colors going out, branching away with the individual colors, and you've discovered that one of your colors, or maybe more of them, just you're losing a lot of power, you're getting a lot of loss, or you're not receiving as much power as you think you should be, and you have no idea what the problem is. You would use these crystals. Now I'll show you what they do. Rika says there's really no direct way to fix the problems when you discover them with these. I suppose you'd have to know a lot more about. Probably have to be a lot more versed in how the network works than I am. But if we right-click on a pylon with this, we'll see what it does. I mean, a repeater. It traces the route from that repeater back to the source of the power. So it goes from whatever repeater you just clicked on all the way back to where the pylon is. And on every repeater, it gives you a symbol, right? And these symbols refer to what Reika said were problems. So an octagon signal refers to a primary issue, whereas a triangle would refer to a tertiary issue, according to him. So the only pylon, the only thing we have with a triangle on it right now is the pylon itself. And then all of these repeaters seem to have 2 octagons on them. Now, again, this is not a network that is going to be like a source of bottlenecks. This isn't. This is just a straight line of repeaters from a pylon, so it's not the kind of network you'd use this for. What I should really do is go to the Rev world and right-click on one of Shiva's pylon lines, repeater lines, and see what the heck happens. Maybe we'll do that later, but the Rev world's a bit, it's a bit weird for doing this. But that's what these things do. So if you're like a high-level power user in ChromatiCraft, and you've got pylon networks running all over the world, this could be very, very useful. As it stands, for me, or for the kind of networks that I build, the use of this thing is probably just to get the big beam to show up, so I can trace the line and make sure it works. But that's a bit overkill because this thing's expensive, well, luminite, so it's not neat. But it does make a really cool sound effect and have a really cool line. So leave it to me to use high-level debugging tools solely for their auditory and visual splendor. But yeah, so that's just a couple of ways that you can check and debug your networks. Obviously, these crystals, not what you need in this case, but you can just right-click on things with a manipulator to really see it. But there we go. So I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I needed to do a quick thing that wouldn't take a lot of time and effort because my work schedule has become ridiculous. So we had somebody quit again, so now we're even more shorthanded. I've been authorized for essentially unlimited overtime to cover it, and the store actually had to close early today because there wasn't enough people to run it tonight. So bad stuff happening. So I'm probably going to have a ridiculously heavily loaded schedule. So if I'm going to have content to be in the spots, but it's new content. Look forward to a new game tomorrow on Friday, as well as a video on Saturday for the first time in a couple of weeks, because I have the footage for it. But yeah, I'm going to try and keep the channel's content relatively steady, but my schedule at work is probably going to impact it this week. So I hope you guys understand that. Thanks for being so supportive. Like and comment the video if you did enjoy it, and join the Discord if you'd like to chat with us. I'm Sentinel H, and I'm signing out.